some people have everything fine at work.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The staff are supportive. The employer is wonderful. The salaries are coming on time, but they have problems at home.
Yeah.
And they carry that baggage to the office. How does somebody handle that?
The employees in the workplace, the truth is that the way they think, the way they act, the way they behave, affects everything from communication to, productivity, and also how to maintain themselves in the workplace. So promoting mental health in the workplace covers everything. So now, everything in the workplace is good, so come is there, but the trigger is at home. And this person, you can't take this person away from home and the office. So the person comes from home to the office and goes back home. And if you do not curb this on time, it's going to escalate. And where is it going to go to? To the workplace.
Yes, productivity
will be affected. And of course, profitability to the employer will be dipping. And the question then comes, where is the problem coming from? We give you everything. Do you want us to increase your salary? No. Do you want us to readjust your work? No. Do you want flexible hour? No. Do you want us to redesign your work? No. What is the problem? I'm having issues at home. And those are the things that are beyond the employer. Because you cannot, like, if a woman is having challenges with her spouse, now say, okay, leave your husband because he's not treating you well.
Oh, definitely not.
Exactly. So these are the things that are beyond. And that is why the EAP services is very important.
Employee
Assistance Program.
Okay.
So you would refer such a staff to go to that service provider to discuss those challenges. So it takes off that stress away from the employer. So the employee goes there. If it's issue with the husband or children or whatever, the EAP practitioner takes care of it. Exactly. And that definitely, you start seeing increased productivity, profitability, stability of the staff. If the staff needs just counseling, that will go. If the staff needs counseling, medication, if they need both. So, but it's no longer the responsibility of the employer now, but the responsibility of the employer initially is to provide that service, which must be supportive and confidential.
Okay, now, you keep mentioning profitability, productivity, but I want to ask you, won't people say, look, it's just better to lay this person off? He's costing us too much money.
Nah.
What do you think? Do you think that the amount spent on an employee in helping the mental status is less than what you will spend if you just get rid of him?
Even the World Health Organization lead study has shown that for $1, which is, let's take for Nigeria, what's $1 now? 360 or 367. So for 360 naira you use for one employee in the workplace, to scale up and treating common mental health related issues, you're going to get $4 back.
Wow, 1 to 4.
Yes.
Good bargain.
Good bargain. So there's return on investment.
But what if it is a problem with skill sets? The person is not. Okay,
train.
You have an answer for everything.
You train, yeah, so you go train. Because the truth is that when you're employing, you look at the head, heart, and the feet.
Okay.
Career development, the feet, heart, how much empathy and emotions the person is putting into the head, the skill the person has in there. So the truth is, for every employee, creating a mentally stable, healthy environment, you must put in place how to promote your mental workplace by promoting and eliminating, letting them know the risk factors. That is why I keep going back to sensitization. You cannot even say you want to put in place a mentally healthy work environment if you do not even know what to do. Sensitization, create that awareness. Who is at risk in this workplace? Who is vulnerable? Who is predisposed? Like, we have a family history. Likelihood that my parents are hypertensive, I could be hypertensive. Likelihood that somebody in my family has depression, I could. Doesn't mean you must. You could. And by creating that, it does not only reduce stigma and discrimination, it enables people to talk freely. So if you are not the one having the challenges, you could easily encourage your co-worker and say, look, this was brought to our workplace, it was discussed, and please go make use of the available resources that has been put in place to our staff.
What if it's a problem of, somebody helped somebody get a job? Okay. The person doesn't really like the job. Let me give you a really extreme example I read about. A missionary back in the 19th century, 18th century, he traveled to India.
Okay.
Shortly after, his wife had mental problems. They never left until she died. It was later they surmised that she was the kind of person who didn't want to leave home.
Exactly.
So she never was well again. Now, what if that an employee has that kind of situation?
Yeah.
Can he be integrated, or do they just change his job?
The thing is that, for example, if you have a work environment whereby it's only in Lagos, let's take for example, and then they don't have offices anywhere, and the person is migrating from Ibadan to Lagos, and Lagos, they find it very stressful after all.
Yes.
CNN has already said Lagos is the third most stressful city to live in, and it just finds everywhere is just up and down, traffic everywhere, and it's so disorganized, and it starts impacting negatively in that person's work environment. So the employer can look into things like flexibility of the work. So this person does not necessarily have to be in the office every day. Can we look into that?
A long way from that in this country.
It's possible. Some companies have already started doing it. 2 days in this week, 3 days in next week, and all that. Because if we don't have to be on the road the same time, rushing to work, so people are even more productive. If your work is just behind the scene and all that, we could look at flexible time schedule. We can look at redesigning the person's work. We can look at readjustment and all that. But we've all known there are well-known studies that have shown relationship between migration, urbanization, globalization that are related to mental illness.
So you're saying that when it comes to workplace mental health, we haven't really farmed the depths of it.
No, we haven't.
We haven't really touched.
We haven't at all. In fact, most people practicing it now are multinationals because they have the policy from the
Which brings me
office,
to another point. I wanted to ask about, with the kind of workforce that we have in this country, where are the skilled people to handle this all-consuming type of work for people?
Not really, they are not there, but they can be trained. The people can develop interest, like the EAP I was telling you about. At least that has been registered in Nigeria in 2014.
And you don't necessarily have to be a psychiatrist.
No, at all. There's trainee trainer, there's certification about it, and people that have the interest. Of course, there are ethical considerations, there are ethics following it. So you don't just jump and say you want to just come and do it. No. And of course, the rules of engagement, memorandum of understanding, everything is being put in place. And we are not, people here, the EAP people here are not doing it in isolation.
Okay.
They're being governed by the international body. So it's not just a one-off kind of thing. So, but like we said, are there people there to really practice this? No, there are very few. But the organization can look inward. Okay. Take one of your HR staff. So you must not necessarily have to be outside. So you can look inward and say, who among the HR unit can do this and train and give the help.
But the person has to go for training.
Yes, person has to go for training. You're very right. Person has to go for training. So even the World Health Organization is looking into all this in ensuring that health plan, which has been there since 2008, 2017 now, and then the mental health action plan, which started 2013 to 2020, that will end in 2020. They are looking into strengthening the policies, strategies in ensuring that the workplace, which a lot of us, when you are working, they say 1 out of every 5 working person will have a diagnosable mental health.
I saw that statistic. I didn't want to bring that up. No way.
It is real.
1 in 5.
1 in 5. So how many are we here? Okay. Count. So 1 in 5.
But that would be a one-off kind of
diagnosable
occurrence.
Yeah, exactly. So it does not necessarily mean you must, but there's likelihood. We all know the work environment, we spend hours working. So that's just it. And some of us, our work environment is even home for us, not to.
I'm glad you included the employers. What do they do for the employers? They have their own challenges too. Output, productivity, competition.
Yeah, exactly. Because the employers, they're like the movers, shakers, marketers, general overseer, everything. This does not exclude the employers.
They can also go for EAP.
Exactly. The employers are even you are the one that will make the service available. Why don't you even even know whether it is genuine, whether it is okay for you? If you are putting $1 and you are supposed to get $4 back, is it really working? So making use of the service is also very important to you as the employer.
Okay, Dr. Kadiri, we have to go. Thank you so much for coming. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us there at home. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.